Hey everybody, this video is about how lawyers argue in court. However, I don't like to speak for other people, so I'm just gonna talk about how I argue in court. And so I got three things that I do a lot, pretty much in every case when I get ready for my argument. So these are three ways that I argue in court. Number one, I like to have a deep understanding of the law and a deep understanding of the facts. Without both, I'm just in court talking. And so you don't want to go in there talking, you don't know the good understanding of the law or the facts. It's a quick way to lose your case, or a quick way to show everybody you don't know what you're doing. So you want to have a good understanding of facts by doing some good investigation of your case, statements from the client, statements from your witnesses. You want to kind of know what the other side's arguing, what they're saying. You want to have a good understanding of the facts of your case and use those facts and apply it to the law. So you want to have a good understanding of the law. And when you have your law right, you have your facts together, that's how you come together to create arguments, good legal arguments. So on TV, you just see people go in court like it's just coming there arguing, and they're just saying stuff. However, in real life, a good argument comes from 90% preparation. That 90% preparation comes from knowing the facts and knowing the law. Just saying facts without knowing the law, you could say things that hurt your case or say stuff that's irrelevant. So you want to know the law and the facts so you can say relevant things to help push your case forward and make clear arguments so you know what points you're trying to get across to the judge. So once I have my law and my facts straight how I want them, and I start to come out with good arguments, I create an outline and I write down each argument, bullet points, and all the facts that go on the bullet points. However, I try not to memorize my argument word for word. I try to memorize it good enough to where I can say it without looking at my notes. If I do have to look at my notes, I'm just looking at one line to put me back on track for my argument. And so then after I have my outline good to go, then I start practicing it out loud. I practice it out loud to myself when I'm at home, sometimes in the office, and sometimes in front of employees and in front of co-workers and co-counsel to make sure what I'm saying sounds good. And sometimes you just gotta practice saying what you're saying so you can make sure it sounds good coming out your mouth. Sometimes you can say something that you wrote down, it might not even sound right. When you write it down, you memorize it, you're able to say it naturally, then you practice saying it. That lowers my nervousness when I go to court. So I know my law, my facts, and then I combine them for arguments in an outline. Then I memorize the outline, but I don't say it word for word. That helps me out a whole lot when I'm ready to argue in front of a judge. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build my page up. I'm going to be posting at least one new video every week. The last thing I like to do when I argue, I like to start with my best argument first, because usually my best argument is my clearest argument. It's straightforward and common sense, to where not even common sense, but so straightforward that the judge can look at it like, that made sense. You know what? You got a good point. So I start my best argument first. Another reason why I start off my best argument first, because sometimes judges have questions and sometimes judges may be aggressive and they might not even let you finish all your argument. So let's say you got 5 points you want to hit. If you start off with your worst one, the judge asks you 1,000 questions till that's your worst argument. You might not even make it to your best argument, because some judges ask you how long you want to argue. You might tell them 10 minutes. You spend 8 minutes defending your worst argument. But you start out with your best argument and they have a lot of questions, and you don't make it to your worst one, then hey, at least I got my best argument out. And sometimes some issues you get to brief them and you might still have those other arguments briefed. So you want to always start your best argument first. But I start my best argument first. Like I said, I don't know what these other lawyers do. I can just speak to myself. So that is a quick look into how I argue, and I hope you all gain some benefit from that. You may not be a lawyer, or you may be an aspiring lawyer, but even if you're not a lawyer, I think you can use some of those things in your day-to-day things like negotiations. You can negotiate. You want to know the ins and outs of what you negotiate, you know. But I think you can use some of these things that I use in everyday life and just not being a lawyer. And so that's it for today's video. Hope you learned something. And if you enjoyed it, please, like I said, please like and subscribe to this video. Also, if you want to learn some tips on how to reduce the chances you getting pulled over, please check out my last video. Here's a quick disclaimer. I am a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. If you need a lawyer, please reach out to a local lawyer in your area to speak to about your personal situation. If you're in Mississippi and need a lawyer, please check out my contact info below and reach out to us. Maybe we'll get together and see if I can help you out. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see y'all on this one.